fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? My name is Josh Shell, and you know it's Friday when you hear my voice. One more day until the weekend, and we are here to help you get through it. With me, of course, is the man who will take a shot and give you his thoughts. It's Sean Salvino.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Hi. I'm good. Excited to be back.
This is an interesting recording day because it's a Friday episode, and we're recording on a Friday.
That's true. This is our first time ever recording on a Friday, or at least for me.
I was going to say, John and I might have once, I think, because we had a guest on that could only do a Friday. But yeah, it's a very rare occurrence for sure. No one should work Fridays is my
mantra.
Call to action. Yeah, mantra. So this is a rare occurrence for us, and hopefully, we don't have to do it ever again.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So Sean is still kicked out of his office. It looks like he's chilling.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Still in the living room. Yeah, I had to. It takes me forever to get files from the Rodecaster to the laptop, and then by the time every file was on my computer, I was just like, well, fuck it. I got to record later tonight anyways. Might as well just keep it going.
That makes sense. Well, let's hop into what today's episode's going to be about.
Yes,
So,
please.
on today's episode, we have a baby name that causes issues, a sister-in-law who looks too good. This is not a porno.
That sounds bad. Oh, no.
John's not here, and that's probably a good thing.
He'd be like, I've seen that one.
Yeah. He's like, I got a full folder.
It's my favorite genre.
We have a woman who refuses to go to her ex's wedding, and a
Fair.
husband cancels a plane ticket. After that, we will be getting into our 2 bonus Am I the Asshole stories,
Ooh.
where we have a friend overstepping their bounds with OP's baby, and a server gets kicked out of a wedding. So, if you want to hear those last 2 stories and get episodes ad-free, head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network and sign up today. Something I realized, because now we started to do, if you become a new patron and you want to listen to the bonus episodes, what I do now at the end of each month, I compile all the bonus episodes from that month and make it its own solo episode on the patron. So I did that for September, and it ended up being like another full episode. It's like an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's eight stories, right?
Yeah. Well, could be. I can't remember September because we did skip a week.
We did skip a week. So
but
even
then, it's still like an hour.
So
over an hour.
So every other month besides our break time, that's going to be like over an hour worth of extra Am I the Assholes
content. Yeah.
Wow.
So you basically get a full free episode every month, if you want to think of it that way, or 2 bonus episodes every week, however you want to think about it.
Yeah. Also, you'll be getting the Hot Ones episode coming soon, which should be good.
Yes.
The hot sauces are en route to our houses.
They're en route to our houses, not to John's.
Yeah,
but
he's still on vacation. We don't want them to get the package and someone steal that hot sauce.
Yeah, we don't have to contact Mark Rober to defend the package thieves, or to go against the package thieves. So we will do that sometime in mid to late October, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Which is when this episode comes out, now that I think about it.
Probably,
it's mid-October.
Check out the Patreon now. It might be out.
It could be. You never know. I doubt it, though. So, yeah, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network if you want all that. On top of that, if you're a returning listener, please consider giving us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or you can share the podcast with a friend. And finally, some of our stories today come from listeners like yourself.
Ooh.
And if you'd like to submit a story for consideration, we have our not so new subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki, where you can cross post Am I the Asshole stories, Today I Fucked Up stories, any other subreddit that you find that you think would be interesting for us to react to, you can cross post them on that, and you can also post your own stories to the r/Reddit on Wiki subreddit. I believe we just passed 250 subs on there, which is crazy. Yeah, it's very active. I go in. It's now my news feed for like I just go there automatically on Reddit.
Yeah.
And I just go through all the Am I the Asshole stories, and I'm just like, this is a good one. This is a good one. And just storing them for later.
It's a huge help. Like my last 2 episodes, 90% of my stories were from the subreddit. So it's a good way to get it on the episode is to throw it on the subreddit.
Yeah. Well, that's I think 3 of the 4 of mine today are from listener submitted, and I want to say like 70% are from Turtles Can Fly. So
they're a legend.
They are very active in our subreddit, and we thank you for all that you do. I think they do more research than at least you, Sean.
100%.
If not all of us. So we appreciate you. With that being said, is there anything you wanted to tackle before we hop into the story, Sean?
Yeah, somebody on the Discord tagged me in a funny little clip where you and Sienna are plotting my demise, and I don't say I appreciate it.
Is that why everyone hated us on that episode?
That might be it. They're defending my honor.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we were kidding about stealing Sean's hosting roles. Sienna would never do that. No one could replace Sean.
Except for AI in the future when they take over everything.
Yeah, except for that, apparently. So yeah, apologies to you, Sean. We did not mean for you to ever hear that, to be honest. We didn't think you would.
Truly, with shout out Drella from our Discord.
For clipping it and sending it to you.
For stirring the pot, because that was funny.
Oh, yeah. Someone might be getting banned from our Discord. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it was good. Yeah, so apologies, Sean. We will
You're good.
continue to shit talk you when you're on an
that
episode.
makes
I don't know
sense.
what I'm saying. We're gonna keep doing it.
That tracks. That tracks. Also, I was seeing comments saying that this last week's episode was I guess 2 weeks from now. The episode that most recently came out. So on the 30th.
It was September 30th.
Yeah, which is the best I've ever done on a podcast. I saw that comment on YouTube. So shout out. I wish I saved it. I looked at it and laughed. Oh my God, I feel rude for not saying who did it. Come back to me later. I'll give you a shout out.
I am avoiding the YouTube comments from that episode. They have been not super nice.
Yeah, guys, be
to me,
nice.
Some people have. I'm not to blanket everything, but for my own mental health, I'm taking a break from the YouTube comments for now.
Yeah, we're just people. We try to say things correctly as much as possible, and usually, everybody's graceful. There were a few hurtful comments to Josh and Sienna, and I would say,
listen.
Watch your fucking mouth. Actually, those are my friends.
You can direct them to me all you want. Please don't direct them towards Sienna. She's
kind enough to hop on the show.
Yeah.
Truly, she's not a podcaster. She just fills in because, people like her, and y'all are
because she loves me and wants to help me out.
Also that.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing directed towards her. You can direct all your hate towards me. That's completely fine. I can take it.
Also, Duchess of Dinos. Sorry.
Yes. That's who it was. They always do that, by the way. Comment.
Oh.
This is Sean's best episode when you're never on.
Keeping the bit alive.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just keep it civil in the YouTube comments. You could disagree with us. We're okay with that. Just be nice. It's okay. We can disagree on stuff. Unless something we say is super heinous, but I don't think we've ever done that.
We could say something super bad. Definitely call us out on that. Things like the trigger warning or things, where I diagnose somebody and you guys were like, that's probably not a good idea. And then I was like, you're absolutely correct. I am an idiot. I have no authority to diagnose anybody with anything. But I think, as far as like corrections and things go, keep that towards John, Josh, and I. The guests that come on are kind enough to, give us their time and, give us their energy and things like that. But they're not responsible for
Yeah.
what happens on the show. That's on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
would
I
say.
mean, I'd like to think we have only good guests on who mean well. So we're never going to have a controversial person on who's going to give a terrible take.
Oh man, I should tell
they might-
Alex Jones to reschedule.
Sorry, we're going to reschedule for November. No, but I could address the that story that everyone was or some people were upset about. So the story that the mother wanted to kick the daughter out of her house because she wanted an art studio. We were a little harsh in what we said. We said it was weird that she hadn't had a job yet, even though she wasn't 18. Now, that was a little harsh of us. We should probably have phrased that a bit better. Because we came from, like, I started work very young, and so did Sienna. And so to us, it was weird. Our friend circles all did. But I understand that, in a non-capitalist society, it would be normal for kids not to work. You know what I mean? It should be normalized that teenagers don't have to work to, go to school or to buy clothes or to do whatever. So we do definitely take that back. The one thing I will say is if she's 18 and she still wants to live at home and she's not going to school, I would say it's probably like it would be fair for her parents to say, hey, you should get a job. You know what I mean? I think that's a fair ask. So I think that was really the only contention, was that we said it was weird that she didn't have a job, and that was probably unfair of us. So I apologize for that. And yeah, we'll move forward on that anyway. So let's get into new stuff. Let's get into new.
That's so 2 weeks ago, Josh.
2 weeks ago. People don't even remember. I've been off.
2 weeks ago.
I was off last week, so they don't even. You guys could have said something way more controversial in the time I've been gone.
You are yet to hear that episode, actually. At the
I
time
have
of
yet to
recording.
hear that episode.
And that's an episode I hosted, so truly.
Oh, could go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know how well I did.
I trust you. Actually, I have to edit that one, so I got to get on that too. So I'll hear it in its full entirety, so it'll be fun. So let's hop into the first story. So this one comes from Turtles Can Fly 7 on our subreddit.
What a beast.
They cross-posted this from Am I the Asshole? So, am I the asshole for picking the same name for my baby as my brother-in-law's unborn baby?
Ooh.
So, this gives me, have you ever watched The Office, Sean?
Yes.
Where Pam's like, oh, I want to name my kid Philip. And then Angela, right before she announces it to everyone, says, oh, I'm naming my kid Philip.
Awesome.
And then it's just a battle of
Me and my
who named-
siblings, what do you call it? We're all Catholic or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like a Catholic thing to name your child like saint names or whatever.
Yeah,
And then-
like Luke or Paul. Or
Yeah. And then, what do you call it? All three of us were like, man, Blaze is a cool name. And then it was kind of just like whoever has the baby first is going to eventually get Blaze. And my sisters both had kids first, and one of them got Blaze. I was like, damn it. Blaze is a cool name. That's like one of the few non-white sounding saint names.
Fair, actually. That's now that you mention it. That's probably not a great thing.
I'm sure
But
there's
you should
probably
just name-
more saints that I don't know that are ethnic, for sure.
There's hundreds of saints.
There's so many. It's just
Yeah.
the famous ones, I guess, are
yeah,
usually the whiter names.
yeah. And to be fair, maybe they weren't white names, but they have been adopted by white people. So
True. Also, Blaze could be a white guy. I have no clue.
Could be. to be fair, when you did say it, I pictured a frat guy. So I don't know.
420 Blaze it.
Yeah.
Ancient saint of weed, brother.
Save your soul. Oh God.
Just Google
All
it. Saint
right.
Blaze is a white guy. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So you can tell your sister now.
Suck it.
All right, so let's hop into the story. So, my 31 female husband, 33 male, and his brother, 36 male, aren't super close, but we all get along. My brother-in-law is pretty nice overall, but he does seem to be a bit jealous of my husband and just everything we have. But my husband's told me that it's always been like this, so it's not really a big deal. I'm currently pregnant with a baby girl, which is our first baby, and we've been discussing possible names. There's one that we're pretty sure of. It's not super out there, but I think it's pretty unique nowadays, and I really like it. The issue is, this is the name that my brother-in-law and his girlfriend had picked out for their baby 3 years ago, if it was a girl, because they didn't know yet. But the baby unfortunately died. His girlfriend chose the name from her favorite ballet, and I remember she would say that if she ever had a daughter, she'd name her that. We were at a family event over the weekend, and I mentioned that we had that name in mind. My brother-in-law looked kind of surprised and said that was the name they had picked for their daughter. My husband said that we knew, but we just thought it was a really nice name. My brother-in-law started saying that we should reconsider, and that there are other names, and this one's pretty special to him. I said that we decided on the name, and he actually didn't even know if his baby was going to be a girl or a boy. He was upset and kept saying that we should reconsider. I got a little mad and told him that if he doesn't own the name, and they should be hoping for a healthy baby rather than worrying about names. My brother-in-law dropped it after that, but my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, told me that told me and my husband that we don't care and we're intentionally hurting him. So am I the asshole?
I kind of want to say, yeah.
I would say yeah, probably.
Yeah, for sure. Like, okay, so full disclosure, I have the same name as my cousin. We're both Sean. My parents didn't know that my older cousin was Sean. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's not a big deal. That's fine. But this is a child that passed away. And every time that they see their niece, they're going to be thinking about their dead baby. Like,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's really fucked up. Like, is it?
Well, and they had picked the name out 3 years ago. So not to say that they had dibs on it, but like, I think if you want to name your kid that afterwards and you knew, you should at least have been like, hey, we really want to do this name. Is that okay with you guys? And like, come at it more of like almost asking for permission, because that is a very sensitive topic for them, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. If you came to them like that and they were like, absolutely, we would be more than happy to have our niece carry that name, and then it's more of a family decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a collaborative effort.
And then they can look at that as if, okay, this is more of an honorary thing for them, right?
Yeah, but then in this case, you're not even honoring it. You're just like, oh, that's a pretty sweet name. They can't use it because their baby died.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and use it. Yeah, like no, that's so fucking fucked. Like you have no connection to this name other than the fact that you couldn't be creative enough to find your own name.
Yeah, there's tons and tons of names that are unique and cool and different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
3 years of them probably, that's probably the name that, when they think about that baby, and maybe, I don't know, Catholic people, or at least, my family, we've had a baby pass. She was born. I don't know. It sounds like this baby might have been miscarried. I couldn't tell.
Hard to tell.
But it sounds kind of
anyway,
like that. But yeah,
either way would be traumatizing.
Yeah. We, talk about, my niece all the time, even though, she's not here. Like, I could never imagine me and my wife, Nancy, getting pregnant and then being like, you know what? I did really like that name. Not really for the honoring reason, but just because it's a pretty name. Like, that's so fucked. I know she said y'all aren't close, but I mean, I feel like just like a human response would be like, no, that's bad.
Yeah, even if it was like I don't know, like a friend of a friend who had a child die, and you happen to know that the name that they were going to name that child or the unborn baby, and then you took that name, that's still fucked up, and that's like 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
So like to do it to your own family is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just pick another name. You know what I mean? It's so fucking easy.
Infinite amount of names.
There is an
You see these
infinite amount of
celebrity names? Fucking Apple, fucking Chicago, fucking. You can name your child literally anything but that.
Yeah. Have you seen Elon Musk's kid's name? They're all fucking weird.
I can't. I think
I
there's
don't
like
recommend those.
there's a symbol in there that's not. I don't know how to Ash, Ash, something like that.
I honestly don't know how to pronounce it.
It's wild.
Yeah. Name your daughter Blaze, because that's cool.
Blaze is a cool name.
To be a girl's name. If your name is Blaze and you are like a woman, please let us know. That would be cool. For no other reason than I think it would be cool.
For no other reason.
Yeah, so definitely the asshole. I hope they picked a different name. I have no other.
It sounds like they
context.
didn't. They seem well. Maybe did they get roasted in the comments?
I would imagine so. I try to avoid the comments before we
Before
do the show.
That's fair.
Just so I don't influence my own decision.
Yeah,
but
I do
I
the
would
same.
imagine so. Yeah, I think it did have the asshole label on it, so
Good.
I imagine most people told them. All right, so moving on to our second story. This one comes from Only Kaleidoscope 235 on our subreddit. They cross-posted from Am I the Asshole? And they state, Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that she upstaged me at my wedding? What do you think, Sean?
So her sister-in-law was too attractive
Upstaged her.
at the wedding. I feel like if she didn't wear a white dress, then it's fine.
Okay.
Right?
I have a story. I don't know if I can tell this, but I don't, to be honest. Yeah, okay. We went to a wedding this summer.
Uh-huh.
I won't say who it was for, but we have like we're distantly connected. We were like, and especially me, I was just invited as a +1.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in, and like the bridesmaids are walking up, and one of the last ones goes by, and they are wearing the whitest pink I've ever seen.
The
And-
bridesmaid?
Yeah.
Don't they
So-
set
or-
those dresses up prior to?
So most of them were wearing like a light pink, like it was a pink.
Yeah.
And walks by with a very white pink. It was hard to distinguish that it was pink. And I looked at Sienna and I was like, is that the bride? Because I wasn't sure. Like she didn't have like any of the head thing on or anything like
The
that.
veil, yeah.
The veil, whatever. I couldn't remember what it's called. But I was like, that's a white dress. And and then the bride gets up and you could tell it was an off-white, like not the bride's, but the bridesmaid dress was off-white, but it was close. And I was like, that's not okay, right? That's not fine. But they seemed to be fine with it, so maybe it was something they talked about beforehand. Maybe it was the only dress
was that
she
the maid
could
of honor?
get. No, that was the other weird thing. I thought it could have been the maid of honor.
Okay.
Maybe it was like something they did, but it was like the third bridesmaid. So I have
the
no idea.
rando bridesmaid. Wow.
Yeah.
Usually the bride would. Well, I all the weddings I've been a part of, or Nancy's been a part of, I guess they are like, all right, these are the colors.
Yeah.
And then get any dress that's this color.
Yeah.
And usually from like the same website, sort of, I think. Usually. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were all wearing different colors of pink.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they all got it on the same. And, it's like COVID. It's tough sometimes to get.
Yeah, it's true. Supplies are all crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand that. I just thought it was weird. And I don't know. They had a great time. It was a great wedding. So I have no idea if they were just like cool with it. I don't know.
Maybe that's all she could get.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny when I was like, I'm not sure if that's the bride. And then I look back, I'm like, oh, it's definitely not the bride.
Oh, that's
she's
the bride.
right there.
That's the bride.
Oh, man, we are getting on tangents today.
We're rusty still.
All right. So we are rusty. We don't have John to keep us on track. So, am I the asshole for telling my significant other, or am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that she upstaged me at my wedding? So, let's hop into the story.
All right.
I, 30 female, recently got married to Matt, 30 male. Matt has a stepsister, Tiffany, 28 female. I have met her less than 10 times in the 5 years I dated Matt, as she doesn't live nearby and is not close to my husband. However, she was invited to our wedding. I should mention that Tiffany is very attractive. She is pretty with a currently fashionable body type. She also dresses well and spends money on her appearance. This is well known, and even though I've only met her a few times whenever she is brought up by my in-laws, she was always mentioned as being very invested in her image. I don't begrudge her this at all. I mean, yeah, that's fine. She can
That's fine.
do whatever she wants with herself. The ceremony went fine, but afterwards, while my in-laws were congratulating me, my father-in-law commented that I looked beautiful, and in the next breath mentioned that Tiffany did too.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Oh, you look so great. Also, my daughter, also looking awesome.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, just a father not thinking. Maybe, I have no idea, to be honest. His wife caught his eye and shook her head, but I ignored it. When Tiffany came over to say congratulations, she looked stunning. Her dress was beautiful and fitted her perfectly. Her hair and makeup looked like they'd been done professionally, and she was wearing a pair of obviously designer shoes. Her outfit was totally appropriate for the event, but I was still weirdly upset by how she looked and immediately felt self-conscious next to her. Even Matt told her that she looked great, and they rarely talk. I feel that's like
It's just a normal thing to say at a wedding.
yeah.
When you're dressed up to the nines, you say that to everybody. Oh, you look great. Oh, you clean up nice.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that's like just an offhanded comment. It's not like something he thought about.
Yeah, so far, Tiffany seems to be fine.
Yeah. She just got dressed up for a wedding, her brother's wedding.
Yeah.
Which is, supposedly only going to happen once. So why not get dressed up for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. For the rest of the night, every single male guest at the wedding asked about Tiffany, who she was, how I knew her, if she was single, etc.
That is annoying, though.
So this seems like it's less of a Tiffany issue and more of the men at your wedding.
Yeah,
issue.
it sounds like you just have shitty guy friends.
Yeah. By the speeches, I was fed up and almost in tears, and even the best man mentioned her in his speech off the cuff. I let it go, went on my honeymoon, and tried to forget the whole thing. We came back about a week ago, and this past weekend we had dinner with my in-laws. Tiffany was visiting, and we learned that she'd gotten engaged. She showed us her comically large ring and said she was planning to have the wedding next year and that it would be a black tie event. Before I could stop myself, I jokingly said that I was pretty sure I'd already been to her wedding. I was the one in the white dress. Oh, that's weird comment. She asked what I meant, and I thought there was no point in lying, so I just admitted I felt she upstaged me at my wedding.
Yikes.
She laughed and said, "You can't upstage a bride," which I don't know if that's true. You could definitely wear white or something like that.
Yeah, you could wear white or wear something that's, I guess, obviously not appropriate for
like a literal clown outfit or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I asked if I could wear white to her wedding then, and she shrugged and said, "If you think it'll help." She then apologized if I felt her outfit was inappropriate. My in-laws moved the conversation on, and we went on with dinner. When we got home, my husband blew up on me, saying I embarrassed him by being petty and jealous of Tiffany. He said he doesn't even like her, but he knows she can't do anything about what she looks like or the clothes she can afford. And I made myself look bitter and childish and hurt him by association. I admit it wasn't my best moment, but I thought he would at least understand how I felt, given that he'd heard everyone's comments that night. He's demanding I apologize to Tiffany and his parents, but I don't think I said anything that heinous. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
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 Tiffany is just fashionable and I guess rich. I mean, she's not gonna, you want her to cosplay as a poor person to, like, It's
But also, you're supposed to get dressed up for a wedding.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the best you can look at a wedding.
yeah, you want everybody to look good. Again, we've never been brides, so
Surprising, I know.
yeah. So I guess maybe there's a different set of pressures, because if I saw like my homie look good at my wedding, I'd be like, hell yeah, brother, looking nice. So but maybe there's different set of pressures that me and you can't speak to, but just on the outside looking in, it's just like it's a wedding. She got dressed nice. She's not in control of what other men are thinking. That's not her problem. So it's like all the comments, that's something that you need to direct at your friends, or you should have been like, hey, chill out, like
Yeah, you could have brought it up to your husband and been like, I've really felt annoyed by the guys asking me about Tiffany. Like, it's kind of shitty at my own wedding that they would do that. Don't direct your hate towards her. Like, it's a very weird, and I mean, it feels like you're being pitted against each other for no reason. Because
yes,
she's just living her life, and I mean, like making fun of her ring, and then like saying that she should have dressed down is really weird. Just she wasn't trying to be. She was just trying to celebrate your wedding. By the sounds of it, it didn't sound like she did anything out of the ordinary. So definitely the asshole for that. And then making weird comments about wearing white to her wedding. I can see why your husband's. I can see why your husband's upset about that, because now maybe you won't be invited to the wedding, because she'd be worried that you would do something like that. So, you're the asshole. I don't know if I have much else to build on that. Get better guy friends, or teach your family members to keep their eyes on themselves. I have I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird that you would ask a bride about anything other than her wedding on her wedding day.
Yeah.
Or like about anything other than like her wedding or her relationship. Like, stay on topic. This is a PSA to all people. Why the fuck would you talk to a bride and groom about other shit besides what's currently happening?
For the day of, nothing but the bride and the groom matter.
Yeah, nothing else exists.
Day after, if you want to ask them, hey, thought yours, even then it's weird. Thought your sister was cute.
No, just be like, hey, who is the girl in designer shoes? And then that's it. Yeah, but the day after, at least,
Or talk to her yourself.
Or that too.
Yeah, she's a human being. You can talk to them. Weird. I would say she's definitely the asshole. The guys at the wedding, assholes.
It sounds like your whole side, of the wedding was kind of asshole, and the father-in-law, I guess too. That was a weird way to start it off.
I mean, I guess he's just trying to compliment his own daughter, but
why?
Yeah,
why at that time?
Why do it? I'm more angry at the guys asking her about the sister-in-law than the father.
Sure. No,
it was just a kind of a dumb.
He's getting it too, though, in my book.
Yeah, I think if none of the other stuff happened, it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? So, fair enough. But definitely the asshole, and you should apologize.
You should.
And don't wear white to her wedding. With that, we are going to hit a break, and we're going to come back to another wedding story. I guess I chose 3 this week, including the Patreon ones for some reason. I guess it was just wedding season. That's probably why.
Yeah, that's fair. We're almost to my 1 year since church wedding, and then 2 years since backyard wedding.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah. Let me do it with the ring finger. Oh, I'm not wearing it today. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I worked from home today. Me and my wife usually don't wear our rings when we work from home.
Okay, that's fair. Your house is your ring at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, we'll stay tuned for another wedding story. Welcome, Wikimaniacs, to Fresh Ball Fall. It's the season of pumpkin spice and making sure you or your man's crotch looks nice. That means sipping cider in a fall breeze and using MANSCAPED products to trim your balls with ease. That's right, today's show is brought to you by MANSCAPED, a company here to make sure that your foliage isn't the only thing shedding its excess leaves. Heck, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code Reddit. Before Manscaped came on as a sponsor, trimming was definitely a challenge. You get those nicks and bumps with the classic razor, but all that has gone away now that I use the Manscaped 4.0 trimmer. Whether you're brand new or already with us at Manscaped, you could use the crown jewel of care for your family jewels, the Platinum Package 4.0. With this glorious package, you can align your entire hygiene routine all in one swoop. Inside the 10-part Platinum Package is everything you know and love about the Performance Package, plus some shower goodies to elevate your grooming game to platinum. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. Both are waterproof so you can keep scaping even as the weather changes. In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. And don't forget to apply the aluminum-free Ultra Premium Deodorant. And don't worry, it's not pumpkin spice. It's a cologne quality fragrance. And I do gotta say, it smells amazing. But we shouldn't save the signature scent just for our pits. Use the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to make sure your go-to smell is top shelf and not sweaty balls. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts in their Platinum Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag, both specially made to hold your goodies. Get the Platinum Package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be a hit for your dangly bits. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code Reddit. That's 20% off with free shipping at Manscaped when you use our code Reddit. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine. Thanks, Manscaped. And we are back.
Wow.
Sean, you wearing the ring yet?
I know that was like an hour-long break, and I should.
You took it off so that you could scape your man parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only safe way to use my Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0.
No, you could wear it with you could do it with your ring, Sean, because it is safe.
Oh yeah,
to do with your ring.
Skin safe technology trademarked.
Our patrons who pay for no ad or pay to get no ads are pissed, right?
You can't get away, brother.
All right, so let's hop into our second wedding story, third Am I the Asshole story. This one comes from Christine Nana. I don't know how many nanas there are, but we'll go with that. Cross-posted on our subreddit, once again, r/Reddit on Wiki. And it's titled, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Take My Daughter to My Ex-Husband's Wedding?
Oh. Is it his daughter as well? Because if so...
I'll spoil it a little bit. Yes.
Then
it is his daughter as well.
I think you might be the asshole.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, unless this guy is like a complete dickhead, then who knows? We'll see.
I mean, listen, Sean, I don't think anyone will attack you if your first prediction is wrong. So
let's hope so.
Initial feelings are always, if it's wrong, then I think you're forgiven.
Okay.
All right. So my 42 female ex-husband, 45 male, and I were together for 20 years. We had a beautiful daughter together, Jocelyn, 14 female. We got divorced 5 years ago due to infidelity on his part. There you go, Sean.
Complete asshole.
I was devastated. He was the love of my life, and he betrayed all of the trust and loyalty we had built up. To make matters worse, he ended up in a relationship with the woman he cheated on me with. Gotta hate that. They got engaged 1 year later and are set to be married in 2 weeks.
Oof.
Honestly, I'm still heartbroken over my divorce. It's hurtful to me that we were together for 20 years and he could just fall in love with someone else as if it was nothing. However, Jocelyn was only 12 when we divorced, and he's a great father, so I would never want to come between their bond. Jocelyn loves his fiance, and she is very sweet to her, but she doesn't know the reason why her dad and I divorced.
Oh.
I want to tell her when she's a bit older, and he doesn't want to tell her at all. Anyways, I've compromised with...
Of course
What's
he
that?
doesn't want to.
Yeah. I think it's probably right to tell her eventually.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. 12
Not right now,
is
but when she's
young.
older, for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? After it's like been okay, they've been married for a few years. You know, we've been divorced for a few years. You
But
know,
even then, I mean, I might scorn the earth, be like, yeah, fuck him. He broke us up. The family's over. I don't
yeah,
know.
but would you be more mad that say it came out at a family event or you found out through someone else that happened rather than from your parents?
Yeah, that's
I
why.
think I'd
I
be more
mean,
mad.
yeah, I would have just told. I don't know. I don't have kids, but I feel like if my wife cheated on me, I would probably tell my kid right away, like, yeah, your mother.
Listen here.
Yeah. If I was this mother, I'd be like, your father's a fucking whore.
Oh, just scorched earth policy. Eh?
Oh yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I guess you still want. Yeah, I don't
'Cause
know. It's
you-
it's a
you-
tough situation
yeah.
either way.
Yeah, that's probably not the correct way. They probably are going about it the correct way, the gentle way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but me?
Bit more mature than us. For
Yeah,
sure.
but me though?
Anyways, I compromised with him that Jocelyn can come to his wedding, but that he would have to provide the transportation to and from the wedding, as I want no part in it. I don't want to drop my daughter off at his wedding. I don't want to see all the decorations and the happy guests. It'd just be too much for me.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him all of that, obviously, but he agreed. Today, he calls me asking if I can do a huge favor. It turns out that his future in-laws are flying in the morning of the wedding, and he has to go pick them up. Therefore, he can't pick up my daughter the day of and wanted to ask if I could take her. I said absolutely not and asked why he can't come pick her up the day before when she gets off school. He said he doesn't want to make the drive twice and that he will likely not have time as he is prepared for the rehearsal dinner. I asked why can't the bride pick up her parents, and he said she'll be getting her hair done and won't be able to make it. I laughed and told him there was no way I'd take my daughter and that he'd have to figure it out. Boy, why did I say that? My daughter ran downstairs crying, face beet red 10 minutes after my conversation with her dad, calling me terrible and accusing me of not wanting her to spend time with her dad. I told her that's not the case, and she demanded to know why I couldn't take her. I couldn't give her an answer, and she ran upstairs crying. See, that's where I would have been like, scorched earth policy. He cheated. That's his ex.
Yeah. See, my scorched earth policy, we would have avoided all of this.
Yeah. She would have been like, fair, Mom. You know what?
Yeah.
That's fair.
For your emotional health, you probably shouldn't see the in-laws that you had for 20 years be happy that their son is marrying somebody else. All your friends for the last 20 years are there celebrating his love with somebody else. Of course.
Not to mention, yeah. Not to mention the love of your life with the person he cheated on in front of you. Yeah. It's just,
of course you shouldn't go there.
yeah, absolutely. Now I'm getting messages from his family calling me heartless and cold and a bitch for
Well,
trying
then
to
they
ruin
should
his
go pick her
special-
up.
Yeah,
The
what
fuck?
are they doing?
Everybody has cars, right? What are we doing here?
Get
You got
an Uber,
time.
fucking
Yeah, you get time.
Jesus.
You got time to attack her online. Then you probably have time to fucking drive over there. And it sounds like the drive. Maybe it's far. I can't tell. Maybe, but even then, an
Probably.
Uber, and you probably don't want to send a 14-year-old in an Uber by herself.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
guess so. It's like, but you don't
Drive
have
yourself.
you don't have groomsmen. You don't have bridesmaids. You don't have your family.
Not everyone
that's
has to be
attacking.
there for the not everyone has to be there for the rehearsal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone can pick her up. It's crazy. Well, we just basically went through it, but my family understands my point of view, but I feel terrible that I've upset my daughter. I don't know what I should do.
Tell
Am
her.
I the asshole? Should I put aside my feelings and take her?
No, you have to do. Again, no kids, but you got to do what's right for your mental health. I honestly would be fucked up if I went. No, I don't think you're the asshole at all. I would just go up to your daughter and just be like, "Here's the deal, buddy. Your father is a whore, and the woman he's marrying is the slut he cheated on me with." And I guess she's 14, so she also doesn't see but everybody's adults here. All the adults that are there,
Yeah.
how are they not like, of course you wouldn't want to be there. Of
'Cause
course.
I don't know.
Like, how
every story-
dumb are y'all?
every story we read about a wedding, it seems like people just shut their brains off and are like, oh, it's a wedding. Nothing can come between the bride and groom and their happiness. And I know we just talked about this the last episode, or the last story, sorry. But like, this is a case where it's understandable why she wouldn't want to do what the bride and groom want. You know what I mean?
No one's asking who Tiffany is for their mental health.
No.
That's not okay. But doing what you need to do for your mental health on a wedding probably comes over the bride and groom, unless your mental health is like, burning the wedding down, which is probably another reason why you shouldn't go. I would be tempted to fucking sabotage that shit. I'm like, I'm here. I made the drive. Might as well fuck shit up.
I can't, unless the family doesn't know he cheated on her. But even then, it's a
divorce, and it's 5 years. It's 5 years away from a divorce that was 20 years long.
Yeah, like even if it wasn't someone who he cheated on her with, it's still a year afterwards, right? Or how many years after? I forget how many.
I want to say 5.
But anyway,
They've been engaged for 4, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I'd say even if I would be less understanding if she didn't want to go and it was just like a mutual breakup or divorce and they went their separate ways.
Yeah.
But this is like, unless they don't know that he cheated on her with this girl, which could be the case. I have no idea what he told them. Could be the case. So, then I still would never demand them to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's his wedding.
Yeah.
He should have this figured out. He promised he would. Yeah. So
she had conditions. He asked. She gave conditions. He couldn't follow up on the conditions. What are you supposed to do? These are the agreed upon
conditions.
Conditions. Yeah.
Yeah. So not the asshole. You don't have to put your feelings aside. If you
honestly
feel
your husband getting mad at you, or your ex-husband for getting mad at you, whenever you've kept this charade of not telling y'all's daughter why y'all divorced in the first place, you owe her so much for keeping that in. Because again, I immediately would be, fuck you. Our kids are knowing the truth.
They're knowing the truth. And I wouldn't use this as an opportunity to tell your daughter, because I think this is something that shouldn't be, like Sean wants to do, told out of anger. I think it should be told in a
probably
a respectable.
I'm just saying, if I was the mother, it would be over.
Yeah, but I do agree with Sean that if you had told her and if you hadn't, waited, which I'm not blaming you at all. You can tell at whatever speed you want to. This probably would have been avoided. She probably would have been more understanding and been like, yeah, dad's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So not the asshole. And I honestly, I don't know. Just keep telling them that if they want her to come, then they should come get her. And, that's that. You don't.
It
have
sucks
to
about the
compromise.
daughter, though.
It
but
does.
Whenever she's older and you tell her, she's going to understand like the trauma that you were going through at the time. And, hopefully she'll be understanding.
The shitty thing about that is then she's going to be like, she's going to kind of blame herself for being mad at you. You know what I mean? Because like, have you ever had that moment when you get mad at someone and then you realize that their intentions were not what you thought they were? And then you're like, I feel way worse because I got mad at you for something that was completely wrong. So I could see it also being bad when you eventually tell her. But that's
going to happen eventually. It's tough.
Quick trigger warning, Wikimaniacs, before we get into this last story, there is mention of SA during the story. If you're not in the right headspace to hear about that, or that stuff like that triggers you, feel free to skip this story and just move on to the next Monday's episode. If you're a patron, you can skip to the bonus stories. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the episode. All right, let's move on to our final Am I the Asshole story before our patron stories. So, am I the asshole for still going to my sister's wedding after... Did I do 4 wedding stories? I just realized I did 4, because there's still a patron one too.
Oh. Yes, then. Yes.
My
4
bad,
out of
guys,
6.
My bad.
Ooh, are you trying to tell something?
Not yet.
Did something happen in Greece that we don't know about?
No. Funny story. A lot of people did think I was going to propose.
Hopefully Sienna didn't.
She did not.
Okay, good.
But her friends were all asking. Not gonna lie, would have been a great spot, but we did not do,
That.
any ring shopping or anything like that. So it was not gonna happen beforehand. So yeah, sorry, went wedding crazy on this episode. My bad. Am I the asshole for still going to my sister's wedding after my husband canceled my plane ticket?
Huh?
And
Sounds like your husband's the asshole.
well, we're gonna find out. This one I found on Reddit. I thought it was an interesting one that we should do without knowing it was a wedding story. So here we go. So here is the situation. My husband, 36 male, and I, 30 female, have 3 kids, 2, 4, and 7. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's a short form. They say I'm a SAHM, and I finally realized that stay-at-home mom.
I was about to say Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, those words were incorrect. The letters I read out, but close enough.
I tried.
So I'm a stay-at-home mom full-time, and I take care of the kids while my husband works full-time. My sister's wedding was last week, and we live hours away, which is an issue for my husband. When we first got the invite, he told me that he wasn't going and that he will stay for the kids, and suggested that I do the same.
Weird.
That is weird. Since the wedding doesn't allow kids and my husband doesn't want to hire a babysitter after the one we had robbed us,
Jesus.
that's a whole other story. We had gone back and forth on this, but I insisted on going since that's my only sister and I wanted to attend what might be a once-in-a-lifetime event for her. I would hope it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. You never hope it's not.
Yeah, that's the hope.
He chuckled at my statement and we stopped talking about it. Weird response. As the wedding was approaching, he brought it up and told me to miss it and stay with the kids. I suggested that since no babysitters were allowed then, I could get my friend to stay with the kids, but he refused. I ignored him, spoke to my friend who agreed to watch the kids, and booked a ticket to travel to my sister's town in time. Well, my husband found out and went on about how he had to work, and that the most logical solution is that I stay home with the kids and let him make his living. I told him that I already took care of the kids and they'll be staying with my friend. Honestly, I grew impatient. The day of my flight, I dropped the kids off at my friend's place, then headed to the airport. I found out that he had canceled my plane ticket. I was upset, but still insisted on going, so I went home and got into my car and drove 4 hours to get to the town. At 5 p.m., my husband called and was freaking out on me, asking where I was. I told him I made it to my sister's town, and he blew up saying I wasn't supposed to go, even said he canceled my ticket to get me to stay. He demanded that I return, but I said not until the wedding is over. He called me horrible, neglectful mom. Then he had his mom scold me and accuse me of abandoning my own kids. There was a huge argument that ensued when I returned home, and my husband kept on saying I was horrible to leave the kids and to ignore them like that and do what I wanted. He's giving me the silent treatment as of now, and I can no longer take it. I felt guilty and did not enjoy the wedding at all. Was I wrong for still going?
No.
Yeah, that is
Your husband fucking
fucking
sucks.
crazy.
You are the babysitter to him in his mind.
In his
And that's
mind,
it.
yeah.
And that's fucking it.
That's what you are.
Yeah. To him. I
it's
would
also-
say fucking divorce. Like this is
I would
divorce status for
control,
me.
manipulation,
Yeah.
going behind your back to keep you there. All ridiculous. This is all insane.
It's insane that you are feeling guilty and didn't enjoy it. Like
yeah. Well, I could get why she wouldn't enjoy it because she's just worried about the shit that's going on at home. I can understand that part, but yeah, she should definitely not feel bad about going.
yeah.
That's insane. That's insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've been fucking guilt trip, gaslighted, controlled, like all of that shit. And yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. He's the asshole for canceling your flight is crazy
Yeah.
enough. Okay. And then he blew up on you afterwards. Like he tried to find no compromise. He tried to find no solution to have you that gets you to that wedding. You're just
Yeah.
like, can't do a babysitter. They robbed us. That's it only. And your mom, is your mom in that town? Could your mom not have stayed at the house, or your husband's mom?
Oh, husband's mom. Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
Unless she's
But
scolding
then-
him from afar. I don't know. But
Well, it could be that as well. But then he couldn't control her and keep her at home all the time, Sean. So there's my counter argument to that.
this is so fucking wild. Canceling
Yeah.
a flight and then being like, you weren't supposed to go. I canceled your flight.
Yeah.
Like after the fact, like, oh man.
That's the way and like he's just he clearly doesn't
Like
care
a
about you.
kidnapper. Like,
It's literally like Stockholm syndrome. You
Yeah.
cannot leave. You have to love me. You have to stay with the kids. If you leave, I'm gonna make sure that you can't leave. Wild. It is wild.
like
I would never go back.
yeah, it's like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast before he got good. When he was still an asshole, and
Wild.
scarred. Wild.
Wild comparison.
You know how wish he escaped and then he got all mad and stuff.
Yeah. How
That
dare
whole
you leave
movie
my
is
key-
Stockholm syndrome, low key.
Jesus. Yeah, true. Disney is problematic in more than one way.
I mean, they didn't. That's not their story
No, but they definitely brought it to the masses.
for sure. And they are definitely problematic for many, many reasons.
Yeah. So there is an update here, Sean.
Oh, divorce, please, God, divorce.
Before we get to the update, there's a quick info. My husband dislikes my sister, if that's relevant. Kind of is, but
Not really.
At
It's
the
your
same-
sister.
yeah, you don't have to like their sister. I mean, you should, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And he should still have let you go. I feel he would have done the same if it was like a friend out of state or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the update. So a lot of people on here brought up the possibility of my husband lying about the robbery that happened months ago
Oh my
and
God.
accusing the babysitter of stealing just so I can't hire another babysitter. He was the one who discovered the robbery, and I never saw or talked to her after he kicked her out.
Oh my God.
Upon reading the comments, I'm now suspecting that he made the whole thing up. I'm going to contact the babysitter to get the whole story from. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I will talk to her and see if her story contradicts her in any way.
You
or
have
him
to
in any way.
get the fuck out of there. You
Yeah, that
absolutely
is-
have to leave. That's insane. I never even thought about that being an option.
It is absolutely insane. So that was how many days ago? Sorry.
You're good.
That was 28 days ago from when
Mhm.
we're recording. There was an update 22 days ago. So I contacted the babysitter via social media. I sent her a DM telling her who I was and mentioning the incident that happened at our home. I didn't think she'd respond, given that it's been over 7 months since she left us, but I was surprised when she responded in 2 hours' time. I again mentioned the incident to her and asked her if she could explain to me what happened. She sent me a long wall of text swearing that she never took anything from our home and that my husband came home and was lashing out at her and the kids for no reason. She said that they didn't talk to him that day, but then he brought up the previous interaction that they both had. Then she claimed that he touched her inappropriately while he was in the kitchen with her. This caught me off guard. I asked her to expand on that, and she said she wasn't sure if it was an incident or that she wasn't sure if it was an accident or that if he did it deliberately. She said he didn't say anything, but his looks made her uncomfortable. She also said she was willing to let it go till she saw that he started leaving her text later, demanding that she respond to him. So he was texting her late afterwards. Then the day he accused her of the robbery, he just lashed out at her, criticizing her work, and then told her to leave and not come back. She said he didn't accuse her of anything being stolen, just lashed out and told her to leave. I couldn't wrap my head around this. I just really don't know what to say. Basically, she was saying he tried to hit on her, but then she wasn't sure that it was an accident. Then all of a sudden, he came home one day and lashed out and told her to leave. I can't make sense of this. I went on to try and speak to him on that, but he just kept blocking my attempts to discuss it, so I blew up. Showed him what the babysitter sent me, and he remained calm, which is completely out of character of him. I would have run. This he sounds like gonna murder someone.
Sounds like he's gonna kill you, I think.
Holy. He kept repeating the line, "She's lying to you." Well, I absolutely lost it on him. I threatened to take the kids and go stay with a friend, which is what I'm gonna do today after he leaves the house, since he said that I can't do that. Then I'm waiting till he's out. He kept calling me crazy to believe some kid's story over his and insists that I was looking to dig up dirt to start a fight. I refused to continue fighting. I just kept my distance from him. This is just horrible. I did not see this coming, and I feel like a cold wave just hit me, and I don't know what to say about this. And worst of all is that I don't have any evidence to prove. I'm going to be taking some space from him now to clear my head and think of what I'm going to do going forward. And that is the story, Sean.
So, even before the babysitter thing, divorce.
Yeah.
Now, cherry on top.
Absolutely.
In fact, even without the babysitter, like I said earlier, that's grounds for divorce. So,
yeah,
you don't even need evidence for the cheating thing. You could just be like, he's manipulative. He tries to control me, and I'm just not having that anymore. So,
yes. And then to add the potentially inappropriately touching a babysitter, lying to you that the babysitter stole something so that you can no longer hire babysitters to take a break from the kids is completely fucked up.
Yes.
I'd be very curious to. It sounds like he's probably going to cheat on you if he hasn't already.
It sounds like he probably is, to be honest.
So with all of that, if I've never seen more red flags in a man before.
Yeah.
Leave his fucking ass.
Also, ask your babysitter for the fucking text messages, like screenshots.
Yeah. If they kept them, I could understand why they wouldn't.
True.
That's probably a traumatizing event. I would
True.
maybe not want to keep that, but if she does have them, then yeah, for sure. And then take them in divorce court. All right. I think we can confidently say that person's not the asshole, Sean.
And fucking try and get all the evidence you can, but also the canceled flight is enough evidence, I think.
Yeah. That was enough control and manipulation for me to be like, this is not a healthy relationship. So leave his ass, take him for everything you can in divorce court, and get your kids out of there, because I'd worry about them as well.
Praying that there was no prenup. Fucking take his ass.
Yeah. Even then, I think there's probably cases where you could still take money, right?
I don't know how it works, to be honest.
Well, when kids are involved, you definitely will get a paycheck.
Oh, yeah,
still.
That's true.
So, I don't know. All right. Well, that is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. What did you think of these wedding stories /
baby stories? I think this is the highest asshole ratio to non-asshole ratio we've had.
There were a
lot of assholes. Like a lot of OP assholes, I mean.
Yeah. That's true. Actually. It is fun to call the OP an asshole sometimes. We don't get to do it enough.
I will
say they definitely deserve it.
I spoke on this last week, and I was thinking, I should clarify. If you do Venmo me asking me for Josh's shirtless picture, I will not send you Josh's shirtless picture for real, guys. That was a joke.
Episode.
Yeah, on the Monday episode, I joked about that. I will not be violating Josh's privacy for profit.
I think it would be so funny if people actually do send you money Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They get to the Friday episode and they're just like, you motherfucker.
I will send the money back. Maybe.
All right. So what did you think of Wikimaniacs? Wikimania. I said that. I said that. Very weird. Were these people assholes or were they in the right? Let us know on YouTube or on our website or on Reddit or on our Discord or wherever else you can find us.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to hear more, please consider subscribing to the show and giving us a rating and review on whatever platform you are on. Don't forget, you can get the bonus stories on patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. We did another wedding story and another baby story. So
We stayed on theme this episode.
they were both wildly different than the first few we did. So if you want a different interesting wedding take and a different baby take, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network and get those every Friday. And don't forget, you can submit your own Am I the Asshole stories to our subreddit, just like the first few stories at r/Reddit on Wiki. And that is it. Sean, we're done for another week.
We did it.
Done for tonight.
And
I'm still
next
jet lagged, so
episode,
I'm fucked up right now.
I was going to say next episode, it'll finally be the three of us again.
The trio.
The OGs.
John is back. And I think
Oh.
we're doing a catch-up episode on the Monday. So if you don't want to hear about our trips and what we've been doing our time off, you can skip that one if you want
We'll
to.
see
That's
you
fine.
next week on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you on the Friday asshole story where John will also be there.
Yeah.
So we will see you on Monday. Sean, thank you for your takes today.
Thank
and
you.
Wikimaniacs, thank you for another amazing episode. We will see you on Monday.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.